But I would think that the logical thing for Iran to do would be to produce a nuclear weapon and call it a day, but it's just simply not that easy when you're under military assault as they are now. They developed a nuclear weapon, tested it, and declared it. The the U.S. would have to decide: do we attack and potentially surrender Israel to a nuclear assault that could kill 500,000 people? Or do we just negotiate with them on their terms? And I think a rational leadership would do the same thing that was done with North Korea, the same, or treat Iran like Pakistan, which has a nuclear weapon, which it obtained not exactly through cooperative means. The other issue is why Israel is allowed to have anywhere between 200 and 400 nuclear warheads, which it could deliver not only to Iran, but across Western Europe, initiating the Samson option, which Seymour Hersh exposed in the early 70s and Mordechai Vanunu exposed, the great Israeli whistleblower who was tortured for years by Israel for blowing the whistle on the Dimona facility. I think the bottom line is either there is a nuclear free Middle East or nuclear free West Asia, whatever you want to call it, or Iran has the right and the necessity to develop a nuclear weapon to defend itself from the most destabilizing force on the planet, which is Israel and its American backers.
Yeah. If this war keeps escalating and if Israel feels more vulnerable or threatened, what is the likelihood that they will use a nuclear weapon?
The question is, can they execute a nuclear strike? And what and will that lead to the final diplomatic demise of Israel? Are they willing to do that? That's one question. The other question is, will it get to that point? And I don't think this war will take Israel to that point. And I don't think Israel will allow it to. This will be a war of attrition, and the dynamic that we're witnessing right now will continue to play out over the coming days and possibly coming weeks. I'm not sure how the United States can alter the dynamic by entering the conflict, but I do think that they are militarily underestimating Iran and also underestimating Iranian society. There's been a rally around the flag effect inside Iran. Young Iranians who are frustrated with the Islamic Republic are now seeing their neighbors and friends and families get killed in Israeli airstrikes backed by the US. They're hearing Trump's rhetoric, and they might have wondered why their parents called America the Great Satan. They didn't live through the Iran-Iraq War, and now they're seeing it. And they're being called to evacuate their homes at 3 a.m. before they're bombed. They might not, and there's communication blackouts. They're being subjected to a process of Gazification in Tehran. And this is something that, I'm telling you based on conversations with young Iranians that I've been having and colleagues, people I got to know there. So the hope for regime change seems delusional at this point, as does the hope for just toppling the government through military force. But I also don't think that Iran has the capacity or intention to bring Israel in the near term to a point where it seeks to enact a nuclear strike. But I do think that Israel is the greatest nuclear threat on the planet. And we've seen what they were willing to do to Gaza. They have dropped the equivalent of 6 nuclear bombs on Gaza. They will do that, not just to an adversary, but to a frenemy in Europe that betrays them. I truly believe that.